Yeah. Okay. So today we're gonna try to tackle a project changing the starter in the 1996 Cadillac Deville sedan. It has a North Star 32 valve V8, and evidently the starter went out. And we have the new starter right here, and we're gonna put it in there. Unfortunately, this engine North Star is designed by NASA, and they were thinking about aliens when they put the starter in this thing, because the starter is hidden inside, and you have to take out all that crap out just to get to the starter. And it seems like that there's going to be a lot of sweat and blood going into this, but remember one thing: nothing is impossible, so no crying under the hood. Okay, so let's get started. So we got these directions from AutoZone. I'm not a mechanic, so I really haven't ever done anything like this before. But I'm going to tackle this, and hopefully I can, be successful in the end. The starter and the gaskets for the manifold were approximately $250. But if I would go to a mechanic, it would cost me approximately $500. So I don't know if it's worth saving $250, yes or no. So we'll find out in the end. And it's a long project. Like I said, I'm not a mechanic, but we're gonna give it a shot anyways, because we got the directions. Okay. Okay. The first step is we're gonna take this cover off. There are four nuts right here. We're gonna open those up, and then once we're done, we'll go from there. Okay. Shut it off. Okay, so we got this cover off. We removed all the wires. We left the stuff where it's supposed to go, so we remember where it's all going. And there are these little deals. Just remember that you go. One is stuck down there. We're gonna just take it out when we open this thing up. So there were four bolts that we took out, and the cover is off, and we unplugged a few hoses. So the next step is to undo some of this electrical. This will pop out right there. Yeah. Okay. So you got most of the connectors off, whatever we could, vacuum hoses and whatever not. All we are doing is trying to get, we're gonna release the pressure, fuel pressure right there. Maybe take a screwdriver or a plier or whatever, press this little deal in there to release the fuel pressure. Pressure is out. Okay, put the cap back on. And there are a couple fuel lines right down in here, and we're gonna put this around the fuel line, whatever size they are. Hold it, pressure, and push it in. So we got the fuel lines off with this tool. This tool, just you go around the fuel line and you push it in. It'll open up the clips, and then the fuel line will come off. So we got the two fuel lines off right there. Release them from these things. So this is the tool that you have to use. Okay. So we got those off very gently, and then we pop the fuel line off. And to drain the pressure, there's a little deal right here. Before you disconnect the fuel lines, you have to release the pressure from here, just like a tire valve, and you release the pressure from there. Release, take the fuel lines off. This will just pop out. It goes into these little holes, it just pops off. The whole thing pops off. Okay. Then what you do is, once you got this taken out, you don't want to mess around too much. That's the master cylinder right there. The hoses coming from there. Okay. All this stuff out. These lines. You know, I mean, how do I get rid of this deal right here? I gotta get this out of the way. There's a little clip right there. Okay, let's just work with this as it is right now. And we're gonna remove all these little bolts that we have. There are 6 of them. I'm gonna take all those out. So they're pretty long, like this. And we're gonna get all these out. And once these are out, then we'll come back. Okay, so we got the top part out right here. And the starter is right there. And the solenoid. And come to find out that this cable, the positive cable on the solenoid was loose. So maybe that's what our problem was. That's not the starter itself. So I'm just gonna put everything back together and save myself money and see if it works. And if it doesn't work, now we know how to open it up really fast. So we are going to put it all back together, put new seals in there because the seals were not good. You know, they are all beat up. And I found a little bit of oil down there, probably from filler leaking through here and going in there. So I'm gonna just go ahead and put this all back together with new seals in there. I cleaned this all up, vacuumed it, and looking good right there. Cleaned everything to the best I could, and we'll just go from there. So we tightened the nuts on the solenoid, which we felt that the positive was really loose, so that's why the problem was, because it would sometimes start, sometimes it wouldn't start, you know. So then we're putting in new seals. These are the old seals that came out, so we're gonna just put in the new seals, and they fit in nice and snug right there, right there. We're gonna take our paper toweling out, put the seal on there so it's sitting nice. And actually what we should actually do is, instead of putting the seals right there, we're gonna snap them on, because these are snap-on seals. Okay, so they just snap onto, so when we put it on there, it'll go in correctly. So they just go right here, and it snaps on to this right there. Okay. Yeah. So snapped on, looking good right there. Get this seal, snap it onto this side. There. And then when we tighten it down, it'll be all good. So it's snapped on with the clips. Okay, now we're just gonna go ahead and put this back together, and then once we are connecting all the hoses and all that crap, we'll get back to you. Okay, so we got everything back together, and we only made one little mistake. We broke a screw, you know, like a screw in there, and we lost one little clamp, but we found it. You know, it took us more time trying to find that frickin' clamp than it took us to put everything back together. But all in all, we got it all back together. So I am really thinking that it was the wire, the positive wire that was coming to the solenoid that was loose. So I took the risk of putting everything back together. I don't want to, you know, I can take the solder back. It's 150 bucks, okay? But I put in the new gaskets in there, okay? So let's go see if this thing will start. And I'm hoping it's going to start, because I freaking put like 2.5-3 hours into it already, okay? So let's see. Here's the Cadillac. Let's see if this will work. Oh my God. Oh, let's see. The keys right here. Oh my God. It's running. Driving right away. I'll be damned. We got this baby going. Okay, let me restart it, okay? Maybe this is just a beginner's luck. This might be the beginner's luck. Let's try it again. Start it again. That's it. That was the problem. So we are lucky in the sense that it started, and we should be good. Thank you. I hope this helps you out, and we'll catch you later.